Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome back to Saturday Morning Toy-Toons, the weekly Saturday morning live stream here on my YouTube channel, in which we gather and lament the lack of Saturday morning cartoons in our lives and attempt to make up for them with this very poor substitute that is being me on camera, talking about pop culture and lamenting the lack of Saturday morning Toy-Toons. How's everybody doing today? I'm shedding. I've got hairs falling out. That's a thing. Apparently people lose about 100 hairs a day on average. And I'm here to tell you that the longer I get, the more I know that that's true. The longer my hair gets. Just to clarify. Let's see. I'm not entirely set here. I've got to figure out what happened to my chats. There they are. Hanging out over here. Yay. I'm just going to go ahead and check to see who's in the house. I get that going. Commander Green's in the house. Hey there, Harold. Boom. Live chat overlay. We love live chat overlay here. At least I do. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I'm a completely different person when I don't have live chat overview. I'm just stressed. I like to be able to see what you guys are saying in more than one place. And I like for you guys to be able to see what you guys are saying. So I'm here for you. Yay. TK421 was here. He ducked in and said, I can't make it. That's okay, dude. That's okay. You actually inspired the subject matter in here. I wasn't even going to do a live stream today, but I'm like, you know what? I didn't do a top 5 video. So I told myself I'm going to do a top 5 video, and I'm going to do it live. And then when I was typing up the text for the thumbnail, I accidentally typed 10 and didn't notice, and so now it's going to be top 10. So pressure's on. Pressure's on to perform. And as all my exes will tell you, I don't perform well under pressure. I'm going to stop telling jokes. Oh, thanks, Louis. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Hello, Dob Bear, who's here for that. That makes us international. We've got people from, let's see. Well, I guess that TK421 is from England, and somewhere in England. Not even entirely sure where. I'm one of those people that's horrible at spotting y'all's accents. I just said y'all, which is exactly what Dob Bear said. So, and he's Scottish. Brandy Woods and I finally watched that Mike Myers thing. It's not Scottish, it's crap. I'd never seen it before. I'd heard people say it, but I'd never seen it before. Santa brought me a lot of freaking M&Ms, which is what I had for breakfast today. Might account for my mood, which isn't sunny. Len Kramer's, of course, here. Yeah, I'd actually meant to pull that last night when I saw that. I was gonna put that up there so that people can actually see it, and then I ran out of time today, so I wasn't able to get it. But if you guys didn't notice, go to Hot Toys Facebook page. They posted a photo of everything that's coming in the next couple of months, and it's a lot of cool stuff. It's a lot of cool stuff that I may or may not have had my hands on. So, yeah. Oh, look, Terry Smith's here. That's cool. Hey, Terry. Is that a thing? A heated beard comb, huh? I like the sound of it. I really do like the sound of it. Yeah. That's how I'm advertising it from now on. That's how I'm going to advertise it. Yeah. Coffee, toy talk, and grooming tips. That would probably get me more viewers than any of those other things. Although, I don't know, the world seems to thrive on coffee, right? Okay, that's seconded by Robert. Parisho? Is it accented on the second syllable? I don't know. Don't want to fuck it up. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull off the filters today. I'm just in that mood. So, yeah, any attempt that I would have had at not swearing, gone today. Yeah. Congratulations. I wish there was a prize, but there is not. Hello, Keith Lee, fellow St. Louisan from Montreal. I'm not a St. Louisan from Montreal. I'm a St. Louisan from St. Louis who spent some time in Illinois and California. God, this is some strong coffee. I'm going to need more. All right. Oh, t-shirt check. Yeah. clear for that. Oh. Keith, you're blocking my shirt. Yeah. This is for a local band called the Star Killers. Bunch of high school kids and one college kid from my hometown. One of the guitar players is the son of my friend Chris, the nephew of my friend Zach. And I've seen them play live. They're pretty good. Play a lot of 90s stuff. I'm more of an 80s guy. Yeah. But what they do well. It's fun. Figure they'll maybe level up someday soon. That's right, I called you out. Do some 80s shit, boys. That's when the real virtuosos lived. That's why it's making a comeback now. Oh, yeah, mine did too. It's right here. Haven't opened it. Maybe I'll open it now. It did make the top 10. Spoiler alert. Happy cusp of 2023. Go ahead. Yeah, kick me when I'm down. Just kidding. Good to see you, Holly West. Man, I almost didn't do this, and I'm kind of wishing I hadn't. I'm not in the mood. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. How far did you have to go for Christmas? I had to go drive for an hour and a half, which is fine. Whatever. Oh, yeah? What are the origins of that? Is it pagan? Please tell me it's pagan. That'd be awesome. Oh, cool. Parisho. Nice. All right. Oh, good. Gina B. Collecting's here. Love that. You know, I did a little bit of a dive into your channel recently, which I hadn't done. Like, to be honest, I hadn't done it before. And man, you did some fun videos. Why'd you stop? Have you stopped? Looked like you'd stopped. It's good times. Good times. You should do more. You've got a great smile. You have a really good attitude, and I think that a lot of channels lack that. A lot of channels are competitive, and they're trying to be cool. They're trying to look cool, which you really shouldn't do. But you're bringing the love, you're bringing the passion, you're bringing the fun, and you should consider doing that. Let's see. There, you again. I was aiming for Darth Batman. Hey, Darth Batman. What did Santa bring everyone this year? Sound off in the chats, everyone. Oh, what did Santa bring me? Books. I got books. They're already on the shelf. That means that that doesn't mean that I've read them. That just means they're already on the shelf. Matt, seats or sites? I don't know. He told me 2 different ways. The first time I asked him, he said it was seats. Second time I asked him, he said it was sites. I don't know. 999 super chat. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. That'll go towards funding the music. Hey, Scott. How are things over on the east side? It's going to be decidedly warm here today. Keith Lee with another super chat. We got 2. Wow. 2 super chats already today. That's great. Oh, hi, Terry. It's like you just saw me sitting in a corner. Oh, hi, Terry. I didn't see you there. It's been a banner year for Hot Toys. That's by the way, this is Ahmed, the dude that I raved about, that I just got angry about because he's just too good. He's like that. He's like the Puerto Pibil in that one restaurant in Once Upon a Time in Mexico when it's so good that Johnny Depp has to go and shoot the cook to restore the balance. Yeah, feel like we gotta take out Ahmed H. Al Hashem because he's just too good. We got to restore the balance to the figure photography universe. So keep watching over your shoulder, my friend. Okay, my lords and masters of YouTube, that wasn't an actual threat. That was just talk and good fun. Just want to get that out of the way. I enjoy watching Ahmed's craft unfold. My God, I've got to get new glasses. Brandy Woods is going to laugh at me for saying that. I've been saying that for months. And no, spoiler alert, my vision insurance expires tomorrow. Oops. Pick up the Hot Toys life-size Grogu or wait to pick up a couple of those gorgeous-looking super battle droids. Man. That's a tough call. That's a really tough call. Because I'm currently enduring that as well. I had the life-size Grogu, and I sold it, telling myself I'd pick another one up later. I was going to pick up the Sideshow one. And now, Super Battle Droids are coming, Mace Windu's coming. I really hope they stretch these out and don't, like, throw them at this in one big blob like they did with everything that's coming out next month, basically. So, yeah, it's going to be a crazy, crazy, crazy month. I think I've told everybody that I'm actually trying to limit myself to one figure a month. I've already got I finally got the one for November. And since I had it shipped late, I went ahead and picked my pick for December. And what I got was Vaughn and Bo-Katan. And they're both here now. I have other things on the way that are basically Christmas gifts, for lack of a better term. Those include a Blurg, a Jango. Finally get Jango. God, what else? two Chrome Clone Troopers. I think that's it. There's something else that's coming, but it's something for somebody else, and I can't risk spoiling for whoever that person is in case that person happens to tune into this live stream at some point and check it out. Yeah, I haven't really fully pulled off the filter yet. I think I'm just waiting for somebody to piss me off. Yeah, we'll see where that goes. I don't think that'll happen. Everybody here seems pretty cool, so but you get the right troll in the house, and I might come unglued. God, I'm in a mood today, guys. I really am. I was in a mood last night. The thing that happens is that I get a triple whammy for the holidays, because there's Christmas, and then there's New Year's Eve, and then there's my birthday a week later. So it's like boom, boom, boom. Every week I've got one more holiday to be disappointed by. And I'm usually not this negative about it, but this year's been tough. Won't lie. For posing for that preview image, I want to know from just looking at them, which 3 are you most looking forward to fooling with and posing up no ordering? You mean for my top 10? Well, I gotta let you know what the top 10 are first, bro. One step at a time. But I will bring that up. That's a good question. I'm just gonna make a note. Answer Lane's question. There we go. Boom. Yeah. What's this? Man, I feel like I'm missing something. What's this? Oh. Looks like I got a super chat from Scott Heinemeyer. Thank you, Scott. That was totally unnecessary, my friend. Jeez, especially after that dinner last week. Damn, bro, you're right. You're right. That is the best meal that anybody's ever cooked for me ever. Scott didn't cook it, by the way, guys. He just took me out to a really posh steakhouse and had my first bone-in filet. I didn't even know that was a thing. It was amazing. They even overcooked it. I asked for it medium or medium rare or something like that, and it came to me very easily medium well, probably. I think I asked for a medium rare and they brought it medium well. Anyway. Oh, is that what it is? That's respectable. No, it's not. I'm not going to respect that. No excuses. No excuses. Get out there. Make videos. Bring the love. We need you. Yeah. I actually think maybe the problem is my own, Matt, because I think that my German's rusty. But I seem to remember that in Germany, that you pronounce the word based on the first vowel. But then maybe I'm wrong, because no, Liebchen is L-I-E, right? Hang on. I'm one of those people that can't visualize it. I've got to actually spell it out. Yeah. Yeah, okay. It's sites. Happy to clear that up for you. Because I know you were wondering. I know you were worried. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, I missed the first batch too. Which is fine, because I'm not going to be able to get another figure now till the end of January. I'm sure that they'll have another batch in by then. I can't say that I'm sure, but I suspect I'll have another batch in by then. You do unboxings on a YouTube channel? And this is how I find out? You tell me? Share, my friend. Share. Where's it at? The origins of Hogmanay, is it Hogmanay or Hogmanay? Are unclear, but it may be derived from Norse and Gaelic observances of the winter solstice. That I can get behind. That I can get behind. I'm going to look that up. Making notes for later. See, this is actually turning into a thing where I actually get more out of my live stream than I give. So I hope you guys keep showing up. Django Unchanged? I don't get it. Yeah. Oh, you're in the operating room. Ew. I take back the no excuses comment. You get a pass. You get a pass, Gina. Wow. If I wore a hat, I'd take it off to you. Totally. Let's see. Yeah, dude, Django is totally stunning. I don't know why I haven't had him yet. I think that other things just took priority. And, well... yeah, I'm not sure how much I can say. So... Suffice it to say, yeah, it's really awesome. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I've been looking at everybody else's thinking, why? I have the Sideshow version, and maybe next week I'll break out the Sideshow version, and this will be on my birthday, by the way. Next week's stream will be on my birthday, just so everybody knows. Not that I expect you to, you know, whatever. Where's I going with this? Django. Yeah, break out the Sideshow Django. Bring in the Hot Toys Django. I'll show you guys what the differences are, like height and everything, how they're put together. There are some interesting ways that Sideshow assembled that thing. And I'm really anxious to see what Hot Toys did to address the issues that Sideshow had, the challenges that Sideshow had with theirs. Yeah, dude, I've pre-ordered Padme and Anakin. I'm on the hook for 2 Super Battle Droids. I already have like 18 battle droids. 18 battle droids from Sideshow. Various security, Geonosis, regular infantry battle droids. Even got the exclusive set with the 1138 on the backpack, which is screen accurate, I noticed, by the way. So that's fun. I think the one with the 1138 on the backpack was the very last one, right when they all shut down and they knocked his head off at the very end of the battle. I am, in fact, January 7th. And by the way, thank you, Lane Kramer, for the $2 super chat. Very, very awesome. I need to be writing these names down for super chats. For reasons that will become apparent maybe later in the live stream. Not a prize. Don't everybody freak out and start donating money thinking that I'm going to be giving something away. I'm not. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. So much for filter-free Terry, huh, Brandy Woods? Maybe not such a good idea after all. Keith, you're all over the place, man. You're crazy. Where's my boy Anthony? Is Anthony in the house today? Anthony figures 6 skill posers? No? Wow, I really knocked that down. Birthday burgers. Yeah, I could be ready for another burger by then. The place I'm going to for New Year's Eve, they're catering. They're being catered by Shake Shack. So that's exciting. Oh, Laura Keelis. See, you married well. I did not marry well. I married well, but I didn't marry to my... We didn't jive. Yeah. She was not thrilled with my line of work or my line of hobby. Yeah, I think what happened for me, I was on the fence as well with Vaughn. And I think what happened with me was I recognized that I have, what is it now? I think I've got 4 of the Deluxe Clone Troopers, now 3 of the Deluxe Clone Troopers. I've got Rex, I've got Ahsoka, I've got Bo-Katan. And at some point I realized that, and when I did the video for Sideshow, when I did that video, I was just like struck by how cool it is and the cool little, you know, I made the call outs of all the differences on the armor because that's the kind of shit that I notice. By the way, I got accolades from super producer Sam for that. He never shoots me compliments, I want to say. It's all very professional there. When I do a good job, I know I've done a good job because I don't hear anything. Yeah, that's just it. You're expected to do your job and do it well. When you do your job, you don't get complimented for it, and I dig that. It caters to the journalist in me, because very rarely when I was in journalism did we get called out for just doing the job. If we did something exceptional, sure. But see, look, I lost another hair. That's 2 in this live stream alone. I'm on course for 100 a day, probably. But Sam was just like, dude, you did a deep dive into that Vaughn figure. Was it Vaughn? Yeah, it was Vaughn. Yeah, because I called out all the differences between his armor and the standard 501st armor. And even then, I missed one thing, which was the silver band. Oh, was that Vaughn? No, yeah, it was Vaughn, because there's actually a silver band on the back of his on the back of his cuisses. Yeah, I couldn't think of the armor part. So yeah, that was just, I mean, I just didn't look at the back of it. I'm not known for checking out clones' asses. Like, oh, yeah, that's right, that's Corellia's ass. No, that's not me. I don't do that. Although I might now. It sounds kind of fun. Hot Toys preview image. Oh, I feel like I'm way behind now. So let's go ahead and just get caught up. Oh, no, not really. No. Here. There it is. That's as good as it gets. Yeah. Maybe I'll get around to it this year. I don't know. I have a lot of loose plans. I really want to up... These are New Year's resolutions. Well, since you brought it up, Mark, let's go ahead and talk about my New Year's resolutions insofar as this channel is concerned. I'm going to make a return to actually doing pre-recorded content. Not exclusively. The live stream will continue on Saturdays, but I am going to try to churn out at least a video a week just for myself. And those things will obviously not just be limited to unboxings, because I'm not collecting enough to do an unboxing a week. I'll have to do something different. There are some changes happening over at Sideshow, which may free me up to do some things for my own channel that I would normally be doing for them. So maybe after some discussion, I might be able to try to focus on that. I don't know. We'll see. So I think, but I think that the number one thing that I really want to do is up the production value of this live stream, and I want to do that by bringing in more things. I want to do that by doing more prep work. You're going to find that instead of just throwing things together at the last minute on a Saturday morning, I'm going to be doing some prep work on Friday night. I'm going to be gathering assets and having images prepped that I can actually throw up to walk hand in hand with talking points that I want to cover. And I also want to feature live guests. I've promised my friend JP that I'm going to host him on the show at some point. He's going to be my first guest. And in order for me to do that, I have to figure out how to do it. I want to move forward with just figuring out better ways to do... What the... You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. Stop it. Stop it, dude. That's not necessary. What are you doing? I'm totally writing you a check next time you come over. This is unnecessary. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, just calm down. Calm down. It's like, are you dipping into the champagne a little bit early, man? I know that when I drink, my wallet gets a little bit looser too. Dude, respect. I actually have determined that today I'm basically just going to binge watch The Witcher. And I'm going to return some stuff that I bought. I'm going to take back a pair of boots to REI, and I'm going to take back a couple of coats that I bought. That's right, Scott. Totally am. Yeah. Laura Quiles. And I've got to give credit where it's due. It's because of Paul Hernandez. That's right, I said Hernandez because he's got perfect hair. Hogman A. All right, cool. That does help. Ooh. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Let's see what I got here. Man, you guys are like totally outpacing me here. That never happens. I'm sorry guys. I'm just in such a weird mood today. Which one is DX19? Is that Batman? I straight up don't even know. I'm not one of those that keeps track, and I'm not that geeky of a collector, I guess, because I mean, let's face it, that is a geeky dive. If you can just like rattle off, it's just like me with guns in Star Wars. Like people will say, hey, what's that gun, Terry? That is a West R34 blaster pistol, predecessor to the West R35. Or wait, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's something I can do, but I cannot rattle off the DX. If you tell me, hey, what's the DX19? I won't be able to tell you. Is that coming across? Is that annoying? Probably is annoying. I'll stop. Yeah, you should buy a Super Battle Droid, dude. This is what I've come to realize about everything that's coming down Hot Toys' pipe. I almost went over backwards. One of these days, I'll do that for y'all's entertainment, but before I do, I want to make sure I have pillows in the background. But here's what I've come to realize about the Hot Toys Attack of the Clone stuff, and the reason why I'm so determined to just get it all of a sudden, is I love the color palette. Absolutely love the color palette of that scene, of everything that happens from in the last, what is it, 30 minutes? 40 minutes of Attack of the Clones? Everything about that color palette is, I mean, I've got to figure out a way to display that in a way that does it justice. And that might mean that it's not going to see the light of my collection unboxed until I get things happening downstairs in the basement. I've already got rid of the spiders. Knock on wood. But I think what I really, really want to do is I want to get just a massive display of Attack of the Clone stuff. It is my favorite prequel. I say that unabashedly, unashamedly, and I can't even see myself changing my mind about that anytime soon because it's always been that way. There have been very few moments in Star Wars in general that have thrilled me as much as the Attack of the Clones, the literal Attack of the Clones at the end of that film. Loved every moment of that film. I mean, I was just that's what brings me back. Admittedly, I kind of dig the Obi-Wan Kenobi on a detective story kind of a thing, but and also I'll be the first one to admit that the romance parts are kind of cringe. Yeah. I don't want to say anything mean, but maybe I do. What's this? What's happening here? Nice. All right. What's up, Terry? Night of Ren's in the house. So is Connor. Hello, man. Oh, yeah, it is awesome. It's really awesome. In fact, when I first opened it, I was just like, it's too chromy. And I was like, then I went back and looked at it again. A lot of my perception depends on my mindset. And I was in a hurry when I first opened it. It was legitimately like opening it up to talk to somebody about it at Sideshow. And I came back to it when I opened it up and actually did the video, took it out. I was just like, because there's a thing that I look for with the Mandalorian armor bits, especially with the helmet, but of course it has to be across the entirety of the armor. But there's a certain quality that I look for in the reflectivity of it, with what they would call the surface efficiency of the armor. And you can't be, if you can brush your teeth in it, it's probably too shiny. Yeah, they talk about this. Adam Savage talks about this with Norm Chan in an episode in which they each take one of the Hasbro Mandalorian helmets and repaint it. They try a couple of different methods to repaint it and try to bring it closer to the Novos version, which for some reason they thought that was the best one to look at. I'm not entirely. I have the Novos version. I also have the FX version, and I have the Hasbro version. I don't think either one of them is good. None of those meet my standard for quality Mandalorian armor. But by the time they got done with it, they were pretty close. And one of the things that they look for are ways to take the sharpness in that reflectivity and soften it. And I want to say that the way that they were able to do it was by by hitting it with, they took the Hasbro helmet, they hit it with floor polish. And then they went over the top of that with a glossy seal can, whatever stuff, lacquer, clear coat. And that got pretty damn close. The other helmet, they did it backwards, and I think that one was still a little bit too shiny, a little bit too reflective. But you have to be able to look. Do I still have it? No, I shipped it back yesterday. I was tempted to take it out of the box, but the reflectivity in the current Mando setup is close enough to what you see on screen that I'm just like, that's it. The more I looked at it, the more I was like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. If they could get that level of reflectivity in a life-size helmet or just armor in general, then you know you've nailed it. That's the guidepost, I think. If anything, it could be softened up a little bit, but for the most part, I think it's there. And that's all that I'm going to say about that for now. But yeah, y'all get it. Ooh. That's a thing? I didn't know that was a thing. I don't get that. Rank or membership doesn't always have its privileges, my friends. I always get my figures after you guys do. Huh. Oh, I'm just going to start dropping F-bombs. Everybody seems to be loving the idea of me being filterless. Oh, here we go. This is something I want to talk about. Yeah, sure. Revenge of the Fallen Optimus Prime in from Makar recently. Yeah, it really is. I should unbox that. Next week. Maybe next month. I don't know. Maybe next year. Somebody had to make that joke today. Somebody had to make that joke. Might as well be me. Fuck it. All right. Oh, that's cool. They're very, very tight. They're very, very tight. I had to use heat. I wound up having to use heat. Very, very, very tight fit. I'm glad to hear that mine wasn't an anomaly. It's just the direction that they're going. The cool thing about that is I always prefer too tight over too loose because all plastic is going to wear down over time. It doesn't, even plastic isn't forever, despite people's claims to the contrary, but it does wear down with use, as we've seen. So if stuff comes too loose, you're going about it the wrong way. You make it too tight before you make it too loose. You know what I will say is one of the things that I like the most about the Bo-Katan figures, they really, really nailed Kitty Sackhoff's butt. Seriously. Yeah. Equally as good as the likeness to her face. I'm so getting fired for that. Got Club 6 scale going on in this bitch. Jesus. I'm just now getting up to Scott Heinemeyer's thing. Okay. Smoke him if you got him. I legitimately thought that was the comment at first, and I was like, well, who's saying that? Oh, that's his username. Hear that, everyone? Brandy Woods was your go-to. Yeah, dude, you're right. You're right. And that's only part of what keeps me coming back, figure after figure after figure, even after I tell myself, okay, that's enough, I'm done. I just gotta look at my hair, man. It's fucking frazzled today. Just like me. It suits me. But yeah, they really do weather in well. I mean, I know I keep bringing this one down, but that's only because it's the one that's like closest to me. But again, here's the, I don't want to have it too dusty if I'm going to be, it is too dusty. Fuck. It's embarrassing. But here's my Optimus from Bumblebee. And yeah, I know you're going to be like, that is a shitty pose. Postmaster General my ass. But the fact is that it's actually a really awesome pose because he's playing asteroids. Yeah, that's right, my lovelies. Yeah. So it looks weird, but seriously, that's how we all looked when we were playing video games back in the 80s. Like trying to, it's like when they try to, when you see a bowler try to make the ball go a little bit further into the pocket by leaning his body. Yeah. Will it to happen? Don't break, don't break, don't break. Don't fall. But yeah, the weathering on those things is top notch. Love them. Can't wait to get the Last Night Prime in. That is a great figure. That is a great. In fact, I'm just going to spoiler alert. Number 7 on my top 10 for the year. Ooh, do they? I don't know, because I made a conscious and informed decision years ago not to watch Twilight. And I never will. Fuck off with that Twilight stuff. No. Ah. Did I showcase this super chat? Thank you, Lane. I know you did. I think you did one earlier, so this is like your second one. So, you know. Yeah. Wednesday dance video was his first for 2023. No, but I was thinking about singing Toss a Coin to Your Witcher today. Because I legitimately think that's what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to binge watch The Witcher seasons 1 and 2. I'm 3 episodes in. I watched it last night before I just couldn't keep my eyes open. And then when I couldn't keep my eyes open, I started playing the game from the beginning. Nice. Cool. Paul Hernandez does not have his own channel now. I don't think he's interested in it. I think there were some people at Sideshow that were just, who aren't there anymore, who were not thrilled that I was doing this. Like, why would he do that? I don't know. It's fun. It's a learning thing. I know how to do OBS now. I'm an OBS vet. That makes me valuable. To what? I don't know. Yeah, they really do. Done. Yeah. Close the book on that. Put it aside. I'm sorry for those of you who decided that you wanted to look at it and find things that... Millie Bobby Brown, are you for real? No. No, just no. And Mace, come on. Come on. Everything I could have hoped for. Everything I could have hoped for. Including the Clone Wars armor. Come on, man. Oh my God. No, it's not a finished basement, Keith. Thanks for asking. It's not a finished basement yet. I don't know that it ever will be. What it may be is I was watching... What was I watching the other day? It was on YouTube. Shit. Maybe if I brought up my YouTube history. Where's my YouTube history? There it is. Found you. No. I'm looking at motorcycle videos, guys. I'm in trouble. I'm in so much trouble. Maybe it wasn't on YouTube. Maybe it was on something else. I don't know. The idea being that I'm thinking about a way that I can do this. I want to set up like a scenario in my basement with like, I'd like to have a desk or something like that down there or whatever, just something that I can use to shoot live streams like this, so I can actually have a dining room. But then I'd also like to have sort of like a lounge, sitting room, study kind of scenario with just some chairs around a table where people can just sit around and have conversations with each other. And then I want to get cameras on that so that I can have like guests over and we can just sit around and talk geeky shit and then record it. It was Scott Heinemeyer's idea, actually. He was the one that suggested that I do something like this, only he was thinking I should do it on my living room, which I'm just not going to do. Yeah, see? Yeah, I'm not alone. Let me ask you this, Pierre. I'm not sure your age, but how old are you? Are you my age? Were you an OT kid? Were you a PT kid? Was the prequel trilogy your first big Star Wars theatrical event? Because I would be interested to see if, like me, you had that epiphany when everybody else was hating on the prequel trilogy and when it was first coming out, and I just looked at it and was just like, no, I get this. You know, this is in 20 years, kids are going to be like, yeah, you know. So collectibles companies need to be paying attention and take all your ideas for sequel trilogy collectibles and shelve them, and then in like 10 years bring them back. Because by then the 10-year-olds and the 12-year-olds who saw the prequel trilogy and that was their first real Star Wars moment are going to have disposable income, and they're going to be looking for that nostalgia. They're going to be looking for that. Maybe not that soon. Yeah. Yeah, everything about that is just pure 100% gold, and I believe that because I see that in your photography. You try to replicate that in your photography, so if you would have asked, if somebody would have come to me, hey, what do you think Commander Green's favorite bit is, and if I would have given myself time to think about it and looking at your work, I would have been like, yeah, that's it right there. Hello, Christina Payne, haven't seen you in a bit. Yeah, definitely so. Definitely so. I just know. You know, you can't. Yeah, there's just no two ways about it. You just know just by looking at it. It looks painful as hell. And that's something that I look for in general with stuff is like TV shows. If there's romance involved and it reminds me of the CW, I tune out. I'm done. I'm so done. That happened with Willow. And that's a realization I had. And I think I'm ready to talk about Willow. And what I've come to realize about Willow is that Willow wasn't made for me. It's totally a young adult story arc. It's not my level, and that's fine. They did it for them, and apparently there are a lot of young adults out there who are enjoying it. Apparently there are a lot of critics out there who are enjoying it too, because it's getting generally favorable reviews. But it's very, very much not for me. So if anybody was looking to hear me say something about Willow, that's it. It's definitely not for me, and that's fine. I've always got The Witcher. Yeah, dude, they really are. They really are. I've stopped buying them now. I have enough. I'm not gonna get Food Fight. I might get that Coke machine though. That's kind of fun. That's beautiful. That's fucking poetry. Yeah, I've already ordered that one. 54 points of articulation. Like, even if I wasn't going to order it, I would have ordered it just for that. Like, what are you... Huh? Okay. I'm going to count them. I'm going to have a live stream where we just count the points of articulation on Megatron when that thing ships. Yeah, see, that's for us. Yeah. We don't need no Willow. Yeah. And we've always got the original, which I have to admit was pretty bad. It's just that I was starved for Lord of the Rings style content back then, and I was a young adult. I was a teenager. So it was right in my wheelhouse. I was exactly the target audience for that movie back in the day. And that's the same target audience. I will definitely make the argument that the filmmaking on the original Willow film is superior in every way to the filmmaking that I'm seeing on the Willow TV series. And I'm talking editing and shooting for the edit. There were moments I just got angry. Come on. But overall, yeah, definitely not for me. Oh. Nah. It's all right. You know, yeah. Wait and see what they're going to do with the new one. They've come a long way. That was, what, 10 years ago. Wait and see what they do with the new one. Yeah, that's probably it. Right? There's a lot of, like, I'm getting ready to do a top 10 list any moment now. Okay. probably do it in 15 minutes, starting about 15 minutes here, because that'll be the 1 hour mark. But it's subjective. There's a lot of figures that I can't even talk about that are really, really good. This is just stuff that falls in my wheelhouse, stuff that I either collect or wish I had collected. And again, it's very subjective. I think that it's very difficult to create an objective list like this without having some sort of bias. So the best thing you can do if you want to maintain some sort of credibility is by just acknowledging that bias going into it. Anyway, that's not exactly what you were talking about there, but it kind of segued nicely into it. Paul sings on TikTok? I don't do TikTok. I won't. Although what I am thinking about doing is YouTube Shorts. I've been experimenting with ways to implement that without using the phone. I want to use this camera and keep it high quality. But stay tuned for that, both on this channel and, I don't know, hopefully I can talk Sideshow into doing something like that, because I think that's woefully underrepresented, especially considering how much it's growing. It is currently, the YouTube Shorts is currently the largest growing thing in social media, I want to say. TikTok would be, but YouTube Shorts is the same thing. And they're going to do away with that. Congress is going to do away with that TikTok thing. And that is, by the way, my friends, that is a stepping stone in a very, very bad direction. The reason they want to get rid of TikTok has nothing to do with China spying on people's phones. It has nothing to do with that. They legitimately are trying to rein in avenues for young people to become politically savvy. There's one thing that governments globally detest, and that's an educated populace. So look out for that shit, because they'll start with TikTok, but what's next? Ooh, Terry's a conspiracy theorist. That's exciting. There are things I love about Willow. There are things I hate about Willow. There's nothing in between. Oh! Swish. Nothing but net on that one, man. I know that I've skipped some comments here, and I'm very sorry. But, yeah, dude, still to this day. To this day. I get it. And I think that Val Kilmer's right there with us. If I don't know if you guys saw Val, the documentary that he made about himself. It's worth seeing. Good stuff. Yeah, that's it. That's just it. And the thing of it is that there's channel, the CW, WB network, whatever you want to call it, young adult anything, just really pushes these ideas about love and romance that are best not pushed. Unrealistic expectations that teenagers have about love and romance, et cetera, et cetera. And you really can't start teaching them early enough to walk away from that, to look at relationships from a more mature perspective. I don't have any kids, but I just see the stuff that they're pushing in the films and shows that are for that target audience, and I'm like, no, I've been there. I had those ideals, those romantic notions about love and pair bonding and all that. And I've since actually cracked open books about the neurochemistry of romance. And the two don't jive. The two don't fucking jive, man. And if you're allowing your kids to buy into that romantic bullshit, then you're doing them a disservice, and it's only going to hurt them in the long run. It's not this mystical force. It's chemistry. It's chemistry in your brain and your response to that, and manipulating events and I'm not making any sense here because I'm just not in the mood. But yeah, watch that stuff, and I just cannot walk hand in hand with any show that is going to really push that version of romance. It doesn't exist. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. And that's great. I love that because what it means is we're moving in the right direction. We're moving in the right direction. We're getting to the point where our expectations are evolving along with the art. And that's fair. Any artist is going to want to be able to look back at their previous work and just be like, ugh. You follow? And as admirers of that art, we should be doing the same thing. 10 years ago, oh my God, this is the best head sculpt I've ever seen. 10 years later, if you're looking at a new head sculpt and it's on a par with that, there's no momentum. There's no forward motion. And right now what we're seeing is Hot Toys especially just consistently pushing that bar. Intentionally. They don't want to rest on their laurels. They have such a passion. The artists there have, and Howard, they have such a passion for the hobby, the art, that they're always trying to find ways to make it better. And you can see that with some of their releases. Okay, like when you see them doing the Chrome stuff. Well, that's just tests for Chrome Mando. It's, when you see Chrome Stormtrooper, you're like, okay, that was a step to this, and then you hold up the new Mando. When you see the Chrome Clone Trooper, I haven't seen the new Super Battle Droid, but my first instinct when I saw Super Battle Droid was, that looks remarkably like the Chrome on that Chrome Clone Trooper. There's a test. Okay, let's see how that does. And which is totally fine by me. And here's my thought on that. I don't know. I'm going to leave that untouched. I'm going to wait to see how that plays out before I make any comments on that. Censorship and silencing, practice of cultural. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's worth looking. Okay, I'll check that out. Thank you. Yeah. The thing about the dialogue is though it actually walks hand in hand with the source material, which is and by source material I mean the inspiration material. Bad dialogue in those Saturday morning serials in the theaters back in the day when he was going. He's just, yeah, or maybe he's just writes bad dialogue. I don't know. I've never seen it, so I couldn't really speak for that. The ones that I've watched, I've walked away from legitimately, like Arrow. I walked away from Arrow because I was like, come on. And at that point, it's just like, okay, it's not for me. Because by that point, I was a 40-year-old man watching a TV show whose target audience average was probably 21 or 22, if that. I don't know. Same with Flash. The Flash. I walked away from The Flash because I got tired of watching what's-his-name weep. It's playing to your heartstrings. Tell good stories. Yeah, dude. For me, it was the one where he was dressed up as the god, as the king of the tribe. That was next level at the time. Next level at the time. Is it? I don't know. I haven't looked at it since then. It's been about 10 years since I've seen it. 8 or 10. I don't know. I fell behind. Oh, I don't know. Are you asking me? Because I'll say again, I don't have any insight. Nobody tells me anything, and I'm comfortable with that. I don't want to know. I like the cool thing about not knowing is that I get to find out and I get to experience the thrill at the same time as everybody else, and I'm comfortable with that. What are my top 10 things of the year? Oh God, the number 10 spot is blank. That's off to a great start. Let's see here. What came out? Excuse me. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna do a twofer. I'm gonna back up Bad Wolf Media on this. I don't think he sees the I don't think he sees it. I don't think he cares. I think he just wants to get the plot nailed and do the edit. You can see it in the way that he's dealing with Natalie Portman when they're shooting the droid factory scene. She's just the incredulity on her face. She's just like, "Is this really how we're gonna do this?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, yeah, it works. Yeah, just trust me." It's just, yeah. Oh, and this is fair too. And this is fair because it was a new time and there were new technologies being used, and I don't know that Lucas is the most empathetic of directors. When it comes to the actor's experience, actors are just one more tool for him to use to paint. It's just they're just another brush. And yeah, Commander Green's leaving. See you, Harold. But I just don't think he's the most in touch. He's a genius. He's definitely a genius. Did you guys know that Camille Paglia actually, in a book that she wrote about 10 years ago where she's talking about the 20th century, she rated George, this is post-feminist icon, Camille Paglia, called George Lucas the greatest artist of the 20th century. No shit. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, I was going to do a list. And the comments are moving pretty fast, so I'm just going to fly through this pretty quickly. I wish I had visuals to go with it, but I promised a list, and I'm going to give a list, and that's all I'm going to do. Again, I'm just done today, guys. Number 10, is a tie. Stormtrooper Commander and Stormtrooper, Artillery Stormtrooper. Yeah, both those figures from that incredible Return of Boba Fett episode of The Mandalorian. I love the fact that the Artillery Stormtrooper legitimately had 4 seconds of screen time. I counted. And we got a figure of it from Hot Toys. That's how devoted Hot Toys is to doing cool figures and making money off of us. And I love it. I just love those bright splash. I mean, it's basically a repaint of the Incinerator Trooper. The flashes are in the same place. They're just a different color. Mustard yellow as opposed to ketchup red. I just put that together. The Incinerator Trooper and the Artillery Stormtrooper are legitimately ketchup and mustard. Yeah. I'm going to need those bottles. Somebody's marketing department needs to make that happen. Yeah. Anyway, the cool thing about those things is, of course, in the spirit of Build-A-Figure or being able to take those figures and do different things with them. If you missed out on getting any of the the Rogue One Stormtroopers, then get yourself a few of those Stormtrooper commanders, because all you got to do is take the pauldron off and you've got that Stormtrooper with the awesome shotgun blaster. I can't remember what the EH-11, the EX, something. I think it's another version of the 11. I think there's an 11 in it, but so much for my perfect record. So that was number 10. Number 9, Chrome Death Trooper. That warm tone chrome really got me. Really got me. I don't have it. And I don't know that I will get it because I've got other priorities. But damn, is it admirable, and I loved having it in my house for all of like 10 days or something like that. Number 8, Arena Boba Fett, which I do have over here, and I've brought onto the screen so many goddamn times that I'm not going to do it again right now. That Arena Boba Fett, I finally got a chance to read The War of the Bounty Hunters. It's okay. Some parts of it are better than others. Some artists are better than others. That's just the way things are. Number 7, Optimus Prime from The Last Night. I did a first look video for Sideshow that went live a couple of weeks ago, I believe. God, I hope it did. Otherwise, I'm just spoiling things here. Amazing figure with a range of motion that's just about unparalleled. The way that they engineered that thing so that Optimus Prime can bring his leg like all the way up here, like that. Imagine that's a foot. There, it's a foot. Boom. You can straight up do that kick. Perfection. Great figure. Incinerator Trooper is closer to death. Is closer to hot sauce. You're right. That's fair. We're going to try to actually keep up with these comments while I'm rattling this off. I think they did the best that they could under the circumstances. Anyway, but moving along. Number 6, Jango Fett, which I can't really... I'm throwing in there just based on other people's photos, images, videos, etc., because I haven't had him in my hands yet. Like I said, he's on his way. He's scheduled to be here on the 6th. Yeah, the 6th. Okay, so that's a day before my birthday, a day before next live stream, so maybe I'll have him on the live stream next week. Number 5, Snowspeeder Luke Skywalker. That's another one that I've never had my hands on, but just based on the video that I did with Guy, that me and the team did with Guy for Unsealed and Revealed, I've already forgotten the name of that show. It's only been 2 weeks. And yeah, that's pretty awesome. I might have to get that. Surprised it didn't sell out with all the BOGO stuff going on, because it's pretty spectacular. They must just have a lot of those. Boba Fett on Throne. Boba Fett on Throne is my number 4 pick. Actually, the figure's right here on my desk. I have not yet taken that throne out of the box and put it on display, because the shelf that I have reserved for it currently holds Arena Fett. I put Arena Fett there as a placeholder for Boba Fett on Throne, and I just like the pose and the look of Arena Fett on that shelf by itself so much that I haven't been able to bring myself to, I feel like when I do that, I'm getting very Donald Trump. The Boba Fett figure is so perfect in every way. It's absolutely the most beautiful figure that we've ever seen on Terry's shelves. It's a gorgeous figure, perfect. I'll never do that again. That actually hurt my throat. That's what I get. That's what I get. All right, moving right along. Number 3, Echo. Echo. What can you say about Echo? The thing about Echo is that I didn't expect much from it. I didn't. I thought, okay, Bad Batch, they're doing it, but they're not going to devote a lot of resources to it. They're not going to go all in. I think that I was just really shocked by the level of detail, by the care that they took with everything, and the fact that they brought to the table stuff that wasn't even featured in the show. To this day, I don't know if those different arms came from like some sort of a concept art thing. I haven't seen it if they did. They haven't released an Art of the Bad Batch book yet that I'm aware of, and I'm usually on top of those things. Yeah. Okay. Is that a good thing? Does that mean that I did a great South Park version of Donald Trump, or that was like basically every South Park impression ever? And which is it? Matt? Is it Matt Stone or Trey Parker that kind of does most of those voices that sound like that? Okay. Which one is it? Which one? What do you mean? Yes. I asked you. Was it the first one or was it the second one? Be specific. Be specific. Number 2, Boba Fett 2-pack. Naturally, 2 for 2. I've spoken about that a lot. I've spoken about that figure set a lot. It was my favorite. It was my number 1 pick for the majority of the year. And it's still on the top shelf. Look, I'm looking at, you can see it looks like I'm distracted. It's because I'm looking at the Boba Fett 2-pack. It's amazing. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. And I love everything about it. Yeah. I think it's on a lot of people's top 10 lists, top 5 lists even. Which brings us to number 1, the thing that happened that finally knocked the Boba Fett 2-pack off the number 1 spot in my personal thing. Making figures great again. Oh. First one. Okay, cool. So, number 1, Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan. Amazing portrait. Amazing portrait. I'm really looking forward. I was going to say I can't wait to get it out of the box and photograph. Apparently I can, because I haven't done it yet and I've been waiting. But I'm really looking forward to getting it out of the box and actually getting it on my table and lighting it properly and photographing that portrait in a way that does it justice. Because I failed at that on the first look, and I acknowledge that. It could have been lit better, and there's something that I did recently that I don't think has been announced yet. Hang on, let me check. Club 6 scale. Jeez. Why is this? Why do I suck? My brain's not all there, guys. I take no responsibility for anything that I say today. This is so stupid. What have they done? What has YouTube done with their subscriptions panel? This doesn't make any sense. Why can't I access the various subscriptions? I've got to come all the way down here for that. Okay. Sometimes I think that they just change things on these social media channels just to have something to do. I don't know that there's any real thought that goes into it. It just kind of... I think they just do it to piss off us old folks. Let's fuck with the senior citizens, man. Let's see. First look unboxings. I don't think so. Okay. There's a figure that I just lit recently, and I'm just like, I've finally got the lighting right, and I'm like, okay, cool. So going forward, I'm actually going to take more care with how I light those figures for first looks and such. As closest I come to spoiling things on something on this channel. Anybody else ready for the song to be done? Whew. Thought I ended the stream inadvertently. Hunter's not on there because I don't know. Maybe Hunter should be on there. It's really, really good. But it's too new for me. I still haven't... At least with Bo-Katan, it had some time to settle in. And I'm trying to remember if Hunter came to me in the same batch as Bo-Katan. But... yeah, I don't know. I think I just need more time with it. Yeah, dude, pretty much. I mean, seriously. All those people out there that I don't know, I think there's like 1 or 2 people out there that have swapped bodies for Bo-Katan because of the whole double jointed thing. Whatever, dudes. But, you're missing out on that. Because there's no way that another figure body is going to have her shape, Katie Sackhoff's shape, as well as this one does. I mean, everything about this thing, you can't. If Hot Toys has demonstrated their ability to nail articulation and actually get an arm to bend all the way up to here. Okay, they've got that dialed, and we've already talked about today just how impassioned they are about this hobby and about this craft. So one of the things you have to ask yourself when you see a figure come out that has a single jointed elbow that only bends up to here, your response should not be one of outrage. You should be more inquisitive than that. It should be more like, why did they do that? And once you ask that question, then you dive into it a little bit deeper. I'm tempted at this point to actually take the figure out of the box. Yeah, let's do it. Beautiful. Beautiful. So beautiful. Why can't I see myself? There we go. Oh, the box is perfect. Mint box. Mint. Minty fresh. No dents, no dings or scratches. Hey, Paul, look. No dents, dings or scratches. Okay. All right. Oh my God, it looks so good. It looks so good. I haven't looked at it in a month and more. It looks so freaking good. Ugh. I love the design of Bo-Katan's armor. David Lynch is in the house. Ah, shit. You've been here. What am I talking about? It's just the first time you've called me the producer's producer, which is ridiculously kind. Oh. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. See what I mean? See? Right, let's get this off. I love it when the plastic comes right off. Paul does too. Is Paul even here today? I don't think he is. Probably not. Can I just tell you all what I'm laughing at? Yeah. Hold on. I missed it. Oh, come on. Come back. There it is. That is the best comment of all time. And everything was going so well. And then this happened. Oh my God. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I'm breaking my no whiskey hiatus tonight. I'm totally having whiskey tonight. I'm going to my friend's house. He's a big whiskey drinker like me, and we are going to have some whiskey. All right, here she is. There she is. Look at her. Look at her. Jesus Christ. Ugh. God, she looks mean. Bloody hell. Ugh. Look at, the spats just make her feet look so dainty. I'm not sure of Katie Sackhoff's shoe size, but I would be curious to actually see if that's accurate or if that's just a downscaling issue or what the thing is. But we were talking about the arms. And let's just do this. Notice how I'm doing that. See how I did that? I've got my finger right here. Oh wait, let's try it from this angle. Finger right here, other finger here behind to provide support and just bending up. Because that's a tight ratcheted joint. And then it gets up there and it's like, all right, I'm done. And then people freak out and they're just like, Hot Toys cheaped out on us. They cheaped out on us. Hot Toys doesn't cheap out. Hot Toys does not cheap out. They don't. Their passion for the craft is too hardcore. They don't cheap out. If that's your response, you're wrong. The suit's tailored. The suit's tailored. In order to make it look and fit on her like it fit on the character, it's really, really tightly tailored. And if you go any higher than 90 degrees on that, you're going to put an unwelcome amount of stress on that elbow. And nobody wants to rip out their costume. I can do some awesome poses with this. I've done some awesome poses with the armorer, who's received a similar amount of heat. And again, I'm just going to say it. I mean, if you calm the fuck down. This is greatness. This is greatness in a 6-scale. Can she do the limbo? This is greatness in a 6-scale figure. It's undeniable. And I don't understand. I just don't get it. I don't understand the need to just look all this greatness that we have in this figure and you're focusing on that. We can do better. We can be better. Anyway. Welcome back. Oh, look who's here. Single songwriter. Haven't seen you in a while. Oh, well, this isn't a sideshow show, single songwriter, so I'm the only one here. Probably. There's probably somebody in the chat's judging me right now. Yeah. Yeah, man, you can do some great stuff with it. And again, I would much rather know that Hot Toys is paying attention to things like that and recognizes the fallibility of collectors and realize that, okay, people are just going to go all crazy on this and bend it too far and it's going to cause a rip in the fabric over time. I think that you could have done this and it would have been fine for a little while, but eventually it was going to put some strain on that fabric. And again, that's just a guess. I mean, I have no insight. I have no insight into their thought process, the decision-making process that goes on there. But what I do know is that if they do something, there's a great line from the Tom Clancy movie Hunt for Red October, where the general is talking to Alec Baldwin's character, and he says, "What's his plan?" And Alec Baldwin's like, "What?" To which the general replies, "The average Ruski son doesn't take a dump without a plan." Not to be crude, but I with Hot Toys, everything they do is considered. They have a plan for every little aspect of each one of these figures. And if they've made a decision, you can guarantee that they've gone over it with a fine-tooth comb before they made that decision. What do I think of Mace? I think it's perfection. It comes with the armor. I mean, you weren't going to get a lot you're not going to get a lot for that character because he doesn't do a lot with a lot of props. Yeah, I think it's perfection. I'm all in. Didn't even hesitate. Yeah, there's that. Although that's not really an issue with Bo-Katan because her armor's not really going to collide too much. But yeah. Word, and the thing I get most out of people's comments is how little they understand what goes into the process. When people comment with things like that, when people's comments read like that, then all that it shows me is how little that they know about the process. I would love to actually share some knowledge about the process, but even I don't have knowledge about the process. I'm just analyzing and attempting to understand, rather than casting judgment, which I think is what a lot of people do with their knee-jerk reactions. Damn right you do. Do it. Right? Yeah. It's not magic, man. You're not gonna be able to make things magically work. Just be happy that you have something that when you put it on a shelf, it just looks that incredible. This incredible. Why did I not open this the moment that it got in? Because I had already opened one, but I'm just shocked that. I mean, you saw my reaction like 10 minutes ago when I opened this thing. That was unfiltered. And I've already seen this figure. I've had my hands on this thing. The other thing is this: there were some complaints about the fact that her backpack, because she's like carrying her homework in it and stuff, that her jetpack is attached to the armor. So what? Yeah. All right. I don't want you on my team. Right? Which we haven't seen. God, wouldn't it be amazing if they came along in a few years when there was an opening, a window of opportunity, and actually revisited Rebels, and if they were able to produce the Rebels team, and then I could have that in something other than Black Series. Yeah. Oh wow, big jump. Why do you want to know? That's a serious question. Why do you want to know? Just curiosity. If it's just curiosity, I'll tell you. If you're shopping for cameras, then I'll say what I've said to other people before. You're asking the wrong questions. It's irrelevant. There was a guy that reached out to me and was just like, how did he say it? He was like, hey man, I'm using a Canon M90. Was that it? Is that a thing? Canon M90? I think it's the M90. Let's find out. So if I'm going to tell this story, I'm going to tell the damn thing right. I was already on Google. Oh, it's the Canon M50. I'm sorry. So anyway, this guy was just reaching out to me like, hey man, I'm using a Canon M50 and I feel like I've outgrown it. I really want to up my game. What do you use? And I told him, but I also told him, Michael Berube is using a Canon M50 and he's blowing me away with it. You haven't outgrown shit. You get what you put into it. But seriously, if you're just curious to find out what I use, just for the sake of conversation, I use the same camera for video. I use the same camera that I'm using right now, the Nikon Z6. That's what I use for my live streams. That's what I use for video. Occasionally for photography, but not that often. For photography, I'm still using an old Nikon D750, which is basically an antique at this point. I think I've had it for 6 or 7 years. I've been eyeballing a Nikon D850 because they're on sale right now until like midnight. Yeah, I know that. And but I probably won't get it. It's a great camera. It's a beautiful camera. But I think the future is mirrorless. And while you can do, I think you can do 8K with that 850, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, No, you can't do 8K. You need that. You need the new mirrorless, the Z9, to do 8K with Nikon, I think. Anyway, oops. Anyway, getting back to Film Dash's question. The other camera that I use is a Nikon Z50, which it's tiny little camera with a pancake lens that I use for overhead stuff. I bought it specifically for that, just to have for overheads. And that's it. That's my arsenal. But again, I keep cautioning people, get the camera that's right for you. Yeah, for me, I keep using Nikons because I know my way around Nikons. It's like muscle memory. People are just like, I think, Keith, weren't you the one that was encouraging me to go with Canon, or was it Sony? What's your jam? But it's all about what you know. And I've been using Nikon since the 1980s, so it's familiarity. And there's not enough of a difference in any of the different camera systems for me to warrant a jump from one company to the other at this point. Hey, Mike Games, didn't know you were here. It really does. I don't know if the lighting here will flatter it. Let's see. Not really. Yeah. I'm adjusting my lighting in my studio right now. I've bought some modifiers, and I'm going to be trying some different things this week with a series of videos that I'm doing. I'm slowing down my process a little bit while I do it, but that's just the nature of the beast. I decided to go with the static pose where she's holding her helmet so I can showcase both the head sculpt and the helmet. I think that's wise. I think I did that with one of my poses in the video too. Oh, that's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and they also have issues with the plastic bodies that they have to engineer around. That's hence the nature of the double jointed elbows. I mean, we have single jointed elbows obviously as human beings, but we also have soft tissue surrounding that endoskeleton of ours, and so everything squishes. So the double jointed elbows and the double jointed knees are a means of cheating that, to achieving that same effect without having to, and that's why. The Physian bodies are the closest that you can come at this point in time to an actual human-like body, and that's why they work so well with getting that maximum articulation, range of motion, what have you. Ooh, that's a nut. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I get that. Wow, missing a lot of stuff. Oh, see, we talked about that. And that's an issue that I ran into with shooting with the Nikon Z6. Everything just looked, I just lost a lot of that realism because it was too highly detailed. Yeah. Leave me alone. I like calling Z Z. I think that the English invented the freaking language, so we should follow their lead. Yeah, so that's my story. I'm sticking to it. If the English want to refer to the final letter in the alphabet as Z, then we should probably be paying attention to that. And I don't even know exactly if that's always been a thing or not. So take what I say with a grain of salt. Always take what I say with a grain of salt. That's true. That's true. Okay, that's valid. That's valid. I hadn't thought about that. Christ. I'm doing the math in my head. I'm tallying up how much that's going to cost me. God damn it. I do love the shadow details. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. In that case, I probably should have bought the Z7. Zed, baby. Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. Oh boy. Don't let Canon get a hold of that for a marketing campaign. Or Sony. Later, Lane. Peace out. I've got to head out soon too. I'm tired. I want to just veg. Wow. I think I had a 5DS. Yeah. Back when I worked at Sideshow full time. That's what I was using. I've used Canons. I've used Canons in the studio when I worked for Sideshow full time. But yeah. Oh, dude, they really do. They really freaking do. Oh, that's cool. Didn't know that. Yeah, they do suffer on the autofocus thing, although I think that's less of an issue now with the firmware upgrades. In fact, I wouldn't have bought the Z6 if I hadn't learned that they had a firmware upgrade available that took care of, for the most part, took care of the autofocus details issues. And it's great. It's great now. Slow down. Oh, that's right. That's right. Hello Hot Toys does need to be a very, very popular hashtag. Yeah. Yeah, and I tried telling this guy that, and I tried to tell other people that, but everybody's just focused on the toys, man. It's yeah. That's it. That's it. I think that's why I'm so happy with it, because I haven't experienced the alpha for autofocus or God, what's the other company? Sony Alpha. What's the other big one? Is it Fuji? I think it's Fuji. Anyway. I'm ready to just abandon you guys and play with this Bo-Katan figure for a little while. Yeah. Yeah, splurge, man. Splurge. That's kind of, you do that with, you should do that with computers, cameras, televisions. Buy the best TV you can afford, maybe even slightly into the realm of unaffordability. I have legitimately had my television since 2007. Yeah. It was a great TV at its time, and I've had to actually take it apart and repair it on 2 separate occasions. Which is easy. I mean, I don't think you can do it with the current crop. I think everything's just gotten too compressed and too small. But with that generation, they were still the plasma screens. No, not plasma screens. This is an LED. No, LCD. Yeah. I have an LCD. I don't even have an LED. I have an LCD TV. But yeah, the hardware in there is such that you can still do work on it. It's kind of like having a carbureted car. You don't have to worry about it, fix things on your own. And I kind of dig that. But anyway. All right, guys. Yeah, sorry I was in such a rubbish mood today. But this is not my favorite time of year. And there's a lot going on. And so you guys, appreciate everything. All of you who did the super chats. Oh, I didn't talk about Hot Ones. Crap. I'm going to be selecting some people to lob some questions my way for an interview style thing that's going to go on. I'm still not sure of the format here, but be thinking about questions and interview style questions that somebody can ask me while I'm eating ridiculously spicy hot wings, and keep them respectful in that don't ask me something that's going to make my employers uncomfortable, for instance. And it doesn't even have to be, and by God, I hope it's not limited to 6 scale, because I think I've said everything I need to say about 6 scale. But just think about questions, things you would like to hear me talk about insofar as pop culture goes or whatever. This may not even be something that I use. I'm even having second thoughts about doing the damn thing, but that's probably just my mood today. So I'm just going to roll as if it's still going to happen. And yeah, be thinking about questions that you might want to ask, that you might want to hear me answer, or my thoughts on something. because I'm going to be sending messages to a few people asking them to lob a couple of questions my way that we can then filter and then edit or whatever. By we, I mean whoever it is that I pick to actually do, because I don't want to know what these questions are. I want them to be surprises. I want to be surprised pleasantly or like horrified by whatever these questions are as I'm eating these ridiculously spicy chicken wings on a live stream. For those of you who don't know, I bought the season 19 selection of hot sauces from Hot Ones, and I'm going to be eating them on a live stream sometime in the next week or two. So, yeah. I think that's all I've got to say about that. You all have a good week. Enjoy your weekend. Happy New Year. And I'll catch up with you all some other time. Oh, and be good to your plastic.